Narcissus and Echo, a new myth from the history of ancient Greece. Chapter 1. Into the greenwood, hook and framing. In the hush of an ancient forest where light slices through leaves and the air tastes of pine, a story of love and punishment unfolds. It begins with a voice that could once tell 1,000 tales, and a face that could love no other. This is the tale of Narcissus and Echo, a mirror and a mouth, a boy made legend by beauty, and a nymph silenced to a shadow of sound. Stay with me as we walk the shaded path toward a pool of water so clear it could slice truth from illusion. Chapter 2. Echo before the silence. Before Narcissus there was Echo, an Ovid, one of the mountain nymphs, nimble in thought and light of tongue. Echo could weave conversation like harp strings, entertaining gods and mortals with wit and warmth. But wit has its price. When Zeus descended to the valleys, Echo's chatter distracted Hera. When Hera learned she'd been delayed, jealousy flashed like lightning. Her punishment was elegant and cruel. Echo would speak no words of her own, only repeat the last words she heard. And so the forest kept her secret, a mind alive, a mouth stilled. She wandered caverns and cliffs, longing for a voice that could meet her where she lived. Chapter 3, Birth of Beauty, Seed of Fate. In Boeotia, beside swift rivers, a child of startling beauty was born to the nymph Liriope, some say sired by the river god Cephissus. They named him Narcissus. Fearing beauty's brittle edge, Liriope sought the seer Tiresias. The oracle's warning struck like a cold bell. He shall live long, if he never knows himself. A riddle wrapped in reflection. As the boy grew, praise gathered around him like a cloak. Admirers came like moths to a lamp. Narcissus accepted admiration as he accepted sunlight, inevitable, impersonal, warming only himself. Chapter 4. The Hunter and the Hidden Heart. One afternoon, bow in hand, Narcissus threaded the forest alone. His steps were soundless on pine needles, his breath a measured tide, and Echo saw him. Love flared, uninvited, undeniable. But how to speak desire when language was only reflection? She followed at a distance, grief mixing with hope like water and wine. Narcissus, firm, "Who's there?" Echo whispered repeat, "Who's there?" Narcissus, "Come here." Echo, "Come here." He heard his own words return to him, emptied of meaning, full of meaning. Somewhere fate smiled. Chapter 5. Attempted embrace, cruel rebuff. At last, trembling, Echo stepped from the trees, arms opening to say what words could not. Narcissus, recoiling, "Hands off, may I die before you enjoy my body." Echo, stricken, involuntary, "Enjoy my body." Her plea twisted into a wound. Humiliated, Echo fled, a lantern blown out by a careless breath. Behind her, Narcissus felt nothing. Not hatred, not pity, only the cool self-regard of a marble statue. Echo faded, flesh becoming memory, memory becoming stone. Yet her voice, untethered, remained, haunting cliffs and ravines with the world's loneliest repetition. Chapter 6. Prayers of the spurned, ears of the divine Echo was not alone in sorrow. Others had sought the favor of Narcissus and tasted ash. Among them, a youth named Aminias, whose love met with cruelty and ended in tragedy. His final words, some say, were a prayer, and prayers have paths to ears that matter. Nemesis, goddess of due measure, heard. If Narcissus would not see others as real, then let him fall in love with the one face he truly recognized, his own. Justice does not always roar. Sometimes it waits by the water. Chapter 7. The Pool of Perfect Stillness. Thirst led Narcissus deeper into the woods to a pool so clear birds feared to ruffle it, so still it seemed carved from moonlight. He knelt. Water rose to meet him with a mirror's gentleness, and there he saw a stranger whose beauty struck like lightning. Narcissus, awed, soft, marvelous boy. "Who are you?" He reached to touch the lips that moved when his lips moved, to hold the hands that fled when he broke the surface. Desire became a compass that pointed nowhere and everywhere, always back to himself. Chapter 8. The Long Devouring, Self-Love as Prison. Days sluiced away. Hunger thinned him. Sleep refused him. The world narrowed to a circle of water and a face inside it. At last, comprehension arrived like winter. The beloved was the beholder. He had fallen in love with an ungraspable phantom, himself. The oracle's hinge swung shut. Narcissus, broken. I burn for what I cannot hold. Echo, far, tender, cannot hold. And still he could not turn away. Chapter 9. Farewell, flower, and the fate of a voice. When companions searched, they found no body. In his place, a bloom bent over the water, petals pale as moonlight, the Narcissus. A beauty remade into botany, a warning disguised as grace. An Echo? Her body was gone, but not her presence. Wander a canyon at dusk and call a name. You will hear her answer with yours, faithful to the end. Narcissus, fading whisper, farewell. Echo, fading. Farewell. Chapter 10. Lessons in the Water, Modern Echoes. What does the pool show us now? That unchecked vanity is a spiral without center. That cruelty to love is a debt the world will balance. That losing one's voice is a grief as deep as losing one's face. In a world of glass rectangles and front-facing cameras, the myth's warning returns with new brightness. To know yourself is wise. To worship yourself is ruin. Love is a mirror too, but the kind that reflects too. This was Narcissus and Echo. If this story stirred something in you, leave a comment. Do you hear echo in the world around you? Have you seen the pool? Until next time, walk kindly, listen deeply, and let your reflection be a doorway, not a prison.